Jalen Hurts had the best game of his career against the Tennessee Titans, throwing for 380 yards, 3 touchdowns. He rushed for a touchdown. Let's get into it. Let's break down what Hurts did in this game so well. I've got 22 clips here, so buckle up. We're going to get through them as quickly as we can. These are all going to be in chronological order just so you can get a feel for the game flow. And so this is on the first drive. The Eagles are going to motion a receiver across the formation here. This is going to be quarters coverage from the defense. And so the tight end is going to run a vertical route, and his job is just to slow this quarter flat defender's ability to get out to the flat. He's got to jam the tight end. You're supposed to hit him. That's going to leave basically a one-on-one to throw this out route to A.J. Brown. Just watch the timing, the rhythm with which Hurts throws this. Top of his drop, boom, ball's out as Brown comes out of his break. That's an easy pitch and catch for 8 yards. Now let's go to this next one. This is going to be a cover one play. This linebacker that's mugging the center, he's not going to be rushing. He's going to drop into being the whole defender here. We've got the deep defender. Everybody else is in man coverage. It's man coverage across the board. He's responsible for the running back. It's like this. So the Eagles, they're going to run a mesh concept. It's where we have the dual drag routes. The idea is to rub off the man defenders, create pick plays, just a vertical route behind this here. Now, often with a mesh route, you run a sit route. It's kind of like a curl route right here, or maybe you run an in route. But the Eagles are going to flip that. We're going to make this look like we're going to run that in route and then break it off to the sideline, and Devonta Smith's going to be wide open. I thought this was really nice design to mix that up, and just a good route by Devonta, good ball by Hurts, wide open, moves the chains. Now let's take a look. This is going to be cover 3 by the Titans, and the Eagles are going to run like mirrored curl comebacks. It's just going to be like a deep curl and then a comeback route on both sides of the field here. And against cover 3, you want to try to attack the seams. You can try to attack vertically, but Hurts is going to realize really quickly that this isn't going to come open, and he does something we haven't seen him do very often this year, and that's hit a check down. Typically, Hurts' check down is himself, his legs, but he threw to the running backs a lot here. Just look at the space that is given to Kenny Gainwell here. There's just nobody here, and Hurts realizes this isn't going to be open. We've got a defender dropping down here. What's wide open? It's right in front of me. Let me give the ball to Gainwell. He catches it. He's going to spin and make a guy miss. Hurts hitting that check down. That's huge. That's a huge step for his game. It's something he hasn't done much and he hasn't needed to, but if you can add that, it's just one more thing that the defense is going to have to respect and figure out how to defend. Okay, let's move on to the next one. This time we're going to have a play action pass. We're going to run a play fake here. The tight end is going to pull across the formation and is going to come out into the flat. At the top, we're going to run an in route, and then we've sort of got dual post routes to the backside. Now, this play is sort of going to be dead in the water from the beginning because we're going to get a rusher out of the slot. The slot defender is going to come. He's going to have a free run at Hurts, so Hurts has to get rid of this ball quick. But I love what Hurts does. He doesn't eat a sack. He doesn't try to scramble. He feels the pressure coming, and he's just going to put this ball up early. He knows this is a post route. He's got an advantageous look. This ball's coming out now. Look, he's throwing this ball, and Quez Watkins hasn't even started really to break yet. He breaks it off, and it's a little high. Very difficult throw. You would love to see Quez bring that down, but I love that Hurts takes a shot on that play. He steps into it and he makes the throw, and that's big. If you want to beat the blitz, you've got to be able to throw against it and make teams pay, and that was a great rep there from the Eagles offense. Okay, let's look at another one. This time the Eagles are going to motion into a 4-by-1 set, and the running back is just going to stay in the flat. At the top of the screen, Devonta Smith we're going to have on a post route here, and then at the bottom we're going to run just like a dig route, a deep in route, and then like a drag, and then another deep in route. Now, this is the front side of the progression. If you watch, Hurts is going to open up to this side of the field when he takes the snap. And so we'll take the snap. He's looking to the right. He's looking to make a throw over here. He's looking for one of these in routes, probably this one. Devonta Smith is on the back side of this progression. Hey, he is not in the front of the progression, but Hurts makes it to him and makes the throw, and it's going to be a touchdown. That's huge again. If you don't have to cut the field in half, if you can get through your progressions to the backside and hit those throws, that's huge for an offense. It makes the whole field an option, and there's not a ton of quarterbacks that are getting to the backside of progressions with regularity. That's a big boy ball from Jalen Hurts. Probably not his best throw of the game, but the mental processing, that's his best rep from the game. Now let's look at another one. This one, not as good of a rep. We're going to run a China 7 concept. That's an in route tagged with a corner route. We're trying to get this corner route open underneath the safety. And it is going to be open, but Hurts is going to leave this one a little short. So he's got a pocket there. You can see there's space to put this ball, but just a little underthrown, and it's going to be an incompletion. So little execution things here or there. Hurts doesn't miss many throws, but he missed that one. Now let's look at another one. The Titans are going to be in quarters defense on this one. At the top of the screen, we're going to run a post route and like a deep curl route. And you could hit the curl here. There's going to be space to hit this curl, but we know Jalen Hurts, he's going to take the shot, right? So we snap the ball. Now we know right now, this curl is going to be open. Like this is going to hitch up right here. Hurts could have this ball out right now into this space. And yet he knows as this hitches up, this safety is going to have to dive down, and it leaves this post route, which is a cover 4. It's a quarters beater because we've got outside leverage here. He thinks this post is going to be open, and he's going to just take his shot at it. And so we see there he hitches up, boom, ball is out, and man, Quez has got to come down with that one. Is there room to put it a little further upfield? Maybe so. You need a deep ball receiver to be able to get that one. He gets turned around, it goes off of his shoulder. But again, Hurts is going to take the shot. You could take the deep curl. Hurts is going to take the shot for better or for worse. It doesn't work out there. It's going to pay off big time later in this game. Now let's talk about this. This is something new we haven't seen this year. This is a pony package. We call it a pony package when there's 2 running backs in the backfield. And this is really big for a shotgun running team because 90% of your shotgun runs are going to go opposite the running back, right? It's hard to take a handoff and go this direction. If you put 2 running backs back there, all of a sudden it disguises that pre-snap. It makes your RPOs, your zone reads more viable. And the Eagles showed this several times in this game. Now, the defense is showing split field, but this bottom cornerback is going to blitz. And when he blitzes, this is going to rotate into single high. And so we're going to get out here like this, and Hurts is going to recognize this really quickly. Now, this is going to be a nice pass protection rep from Sanders. He's going to take the fake handoff, and he's going to come over and stonewall this blitzing corner. So a really good job from Hurts here. And then the bottom wide receiver is just going to run an in route. And Hurts knows this safety, this is now single high, right? So this safety has to respect the vertical threat. He's not going to have help underneath. This is going to be your underneath defender. He's not going to be able to get out there fast enough. And so the processing from Hurts here is really good. See, here it comes. Boom. Hurts is going to get the ball out. Sanders is going to stonewall this defender. That's really good. You notice, again, Hurts is opening to the left side of the field on this play. His primary read is left. He knows it's not there. He recognizes the blitz, and boom, this ball is going to come out. He's got a window to throw it to A.J. Brown for a completion, and Brown's going to get past the marker to move the sticks. Now this is a really impressive throw from Hurts. This is just a Tampa 2. Tampa 2 style defense. We're going to have 2 safeties deep. We're focusing on this defender. This is our 3-rec hook. Whichever way he opens his hips, he has to sink and get depth up the middle so you can't split the safeties. He's going to open his hips to the top of the field, and so Hurts knows immediately this is our primary route. We're running 4 verticals. Every receiver is running a vertical route. You can either hit the whole shot or you can hit this vertical route on a bender. And so if you watch here, this is Jack Stoll. He's going to clear that, and boom, right as soon as he clears this defender, he starts to bend it in. Notice back is to me. We've got all kinds of room to make this play. Hurts in the backup tight end on a great wavelength there, and hits Stoll for a huge gain. We got to work on Stoll's ball flip there. It's not as emphatic as Dallas Goedert's, but I do like that he's keeping Goedert's celebration alive while he's injured. So great play there from the Eagles, especially throwing to a backup tight end. Now this is going to be a single high coverage. It's going to be cover 1, and they're going to bring a blitz. And so we've got the linebacker coming on a blitz. And the Eagles are going to do a good job of picking this up. It's going to give time for, you guessed it, A.J. Brown to get vertical. Single high, let it fly, especially if A.J. Brown is on your team. And so Hurts hits the top of his drop, ball's out, exactly the look he wants, and that's a beautiful throw. It was originally ruled a touchdown. On replay, we did see that Brown got a toe out of bounds, but still a great ball by Hurts and a really good catch by Brown. Just needed to go down a half size in his shoes, and he would have had that one. So what do the Eagles do? They come back just a play or two later, and they're going to run an out and up to A.J. Brown. You're trying to get this defender who's on an island to bite on the out route, and then you go up, and A.J. Brown's just going to bully him, just totally run over the defensive back here. The out, the bite down, boom, puts him on the ground. You don't get an easier touchdown than that. And to add insult to injury, he turns around, backs into the end zone, and the officials call pass interference on the defensive back, who was also injured on the play. This is going to be one of the sacks that Jalen Hurts takes. This is a play-action shot play. We're going to have sort of a vertical route here, and it's a crossing route. And everybody else is going to be blocking, and this just goes bad from the start. So we'll roll it here. Now you could see, like, right now, if Hurts could throw this ball, if he could step up and throw, you could sort of get a ball in here, perhaps. But this play is just, the protection is all messed up, and Hurts is going to end up going down, and this is the play he draws the bogus unnecessary roughness call. But we come back to it and we look here. I don't know, maybe don't have Grant Calcaterra, a tight end who can't block, lined up one-on-one with Bud Dupree and expect him to win that rep. And so this is the first thing that goes wrong. What messes up the timing is Calcaterra's never winning that rep, and it forces Hurts to roll out. The other thing that goes bad, and you'll see it here, Jordan Mailata, he's going to step on Landon Dickerson's foot, and he falls down, and then he falls into Dickerson, who rolls up the back of his leg, and Dickerson was injured on this play. And then almost immediately after, Jason Kelsey steps on Isaac Seumalo's foot and falls down, and then Seumalo falls down. So anytime you end up with a tight end blocking an edge rusher one-on-one, and you end up with 4 offensive linemen on the ground on the same play, that's probably just a play that's doomed to fail. So I'm not saying the Eagles should flush their entire play-action shot playbook down the toilet, but I'm not saying it. These plays just don't work, and they don't need them to get vertical with A.J. Brown. Just get rid of this. Stop running the play-action shot plays from heavy personnel. Okay, on to the next one. This time, Dillard is going to be in. And so Dillard is in at left guard now, and I don't really know what goes wrong on this play, but we'll look at it from the back view in a second from a protection standpoint. But Hurts is going to get a free runner in his face, and he's still going to give A.J. Brown a chance on this out route. He's going to stand in, take the hit, and it's just a little underthrown. Brown has a chance to come back to it, but it's an impressive throw to me by Hurts under pressure there. Now let's talk about the protection. Here's the thing I don't understand. Jason Kelsey is sliding left. You want to help out Andre Dillard, not leave him one-on-one. So in my mind, they should be double-teaming this guy. And then Jordan Mailata should be taking Bud Dupree. But for some reason, Mailata also goes for this guy. So you've got 3 people all blocking one guy, and you leave Bud Dupree unblocked. And maybe Kenny Gainwell's supposed to chip him and give Jordan Mailata time to get hands on him. I don't know. I don't really know what happens there, but that's a bad miscommunication on your offensive line, and it leads to a QB hit and an incomplete pass. Now, let's talk about this one. This is the bad Hurts play. Okay, probably the only one this game, but if you want to talk about a bad Hurts play, this is going to be it. Let's just roll it here. It's from empty. Now, right here, Devontae Smith is going to be open on this curl route. As soon as you put hands on him and you're pushing him to the side like that and you're getting out wide, he's open. He's going to be open. You could hitch up and throw this ball right here, right now, and Devontae Smith is going to have it. Now, maybe you don't want to do that and you decide to run. But here's the thing. When you step up to run, you just stepped up past a defensive end. And it's like Hurts forgets that defensive end is there, and then he starts to string the play out. You got to know that he's coming behind you, and Hurts stops, he pump fakes, he's going to end up getting strip sacked. And fortunately, Jordan Mailata falls on the ball. But right here, if you're going to run, you got to run. And now we're outside the tackle box, just flip the ball away if you're getting stopped, if you can't get outside the pocket. But you can't bring it back inside here. And so just a bad moment there from Hurts. It leads to a fumble, but fortunately it doesn't cost the Eagles. So a rare mistake there from Hurts when managing the pocket and trying to get out and to scramble. Now this is a pretty little RPO play. We're going to have pressure off the slot. It's a slot blitz, and so Hurts is just going to pull this ball and throw it immediately to Quez Watkins out of the slot. So I love the speed with which he reads this and gets the ball out. Boom, just so smooth. And Quez is upset that he wasn't able to get the edge there. He thought that he had it. Now let's look at another one. I've only got a back view here because Game Pass was awful and it didn't really have footage for the front view, but you just have to trust me when I say that the check down is the correct read on this throw, and watch how quickly he gets this ball out. Look at all this open space again. All this open space to throw the check down, something he did so well, and I love that he's got defensive tackles with eyes on him, and so he separates his hands from the ball, pump fakes, gets their hands up right here, boom, and then he kind of double clutches and gets it out. And you'll take 10 yards. That's the easiest 10 yards that you can get. So I love that. Now let's talk about his touchdown run. They're going to run a QB power with Hurts to the corner. Miles Sanders is going to get out here and throw the edge block. Now watch this linebacker. He's going to miss his block entirely, and it's a race to the pylon with Jalen Hurts. And a linebacker is just not going to beat Jalen Hurts in a foot race. And so Hurts gets to the pylon in for the touchdown. Now on this play, notice there's a bit of a weird alignment from the defense. There's no safety high over here. This is what we call a capped cornerback. This cornerback is capped by this safety. He's sort of lining up over him. This indicates to us that there's something probably up with this corner. He might be coming on a blitz, which is exactly what's going to happen on this play. The offense is going to pick it up perfectly. The line is going to slide left. I'll show you that from the back view in just a second. Miles Sanders is going to come across the formation, and he's going to pick up on the right. It's easier for a running back to come across the formation and hit that edge rusher with speed than to try to step in front of one. So we'll see that happen. But on the passing concept, on the bottom, we're going to have a fake bubble screen here. We're going to have a deep out route by Devontae Smith and a vertical route by A.J. Brown. Now, Devontae Smith is going to be wide open. I would take Devontae Smith here, but Jalen Hurts has shown time and time again that he is going to air this out to A.J. Brown, and A.J. Brown is going to make a play more often than not. This ball hits the defender's shoulder pads before A.J. Brown catches it, and he's able to come down with it. Just a great ball there by Hurts, and a great job by A.J. Brown. So let me show you what I was talking about with the protection here now. The line is going to slide left. That means that Jason Kelsey is taking this guy. The left guard will come out here, left tackle over here. That means we're picking up man on a man here, and we're going to get Miles Sanders coming across, and he's going to tag the edge defender that comes off. So again, a really good job by the offense recognizing this is going to be a blitz. Good job sliding left, and then you get Sanders coming across the formation, and boom, he puts pads on the blitzer off the edge, gives Hurts time to deliver just a beautiful pass. Now this is interesting. This was a two-play sequence where the Eagles lined up in a diamond formation. We got 4 receivers out here to one side of the formation. We've got A.J. Brown on the other side. Now, on this side, the weak side safety is going to be looking this way. He's keying towards this 4-man side. He's really helping over here. So really they're playing 5 over 4 and then one-on-one with A.J. Brown. And without any help, you have to respect A.J. Brown getting vertical like he likes to do. But this time he's just going to run a little curl route. Ball's going to be out on time. This is just an easy completion for Hurts. Foot in the ground, boom, ball's out, easy completion, and then Brown makes a guy miss and gets a first down and gets his leg twisted there a little bit, which he got pretty upset about on the field. Then they come out the very next play, same look. This time this linebacker, instead of being mugged up over the center like he was last time, he's got a little more depth, so he is probably going to try to help on this side. We still got the safety pointed that way too, but this is just going to be an easy run situation for Hurts. You got 4 guys on the line versus 5 blockers. This means somebody can get to the second level and block the linebacker. You've got man coverage on the backside, and so Hurts is going to have a chance to run with nobody even looking at him. And he takes off, and look, this safety doesn't see him. This corner finally sees him, but he's already coming. No, the corner doesn't even see him, and he gets a first down there. So I really liked that. That's something we haven't seen from them so far, but I really liked it. Now, a couple more plays. This play, it looks like cover 2. We've got 2 safeties high, but this is going to spin into cover 3. This top slot defender is actually going to go deep, and so we've got our deep zones right here. And so let me just roll this first part so you can see that. You'll see the rotation here. Boom, he drops his hips and he runs deep at the snap. So we're changing the look from pre-snap to post-snap. This is going to be 4 verticals. We've seen 4 verticals already in this game against cover 2. It might be what we're thinking here, cover 2, let's run the 4 verticals, but it's actually going to be cover 3. But Hurts is going to hit this ball up the seam to Grant Calcaterra. This safety has to get out to the boundary. He's the outside third. He's coming to the middle, and there's a soft spot up the seam to throw this to your third string tight end. So clears the defender right here. Hurts is loading up, ball's out, right there in the soft spot. Hurts has done so well, especially even throwing to these backup tight ends. As much as we talked about Jack Stoll's celebration we got to work on for the first down, his is at least better than Grant Calcaterra's. Like, that's a pretty weak little first down signal, but it is what it is. So now the last play I want to show you here, obviously less footage to work with because the starters didn't play the last 10 minutes, but this is going to be a quarters look from the defense. Notice this safety has eyes on the tight end. His shoulders are facing the inside of the field. He's not dropping here. He's squared up. And so that gives us, again, this is one-on-one with A.J. Brown. And so we're going to take that all day. Hurts is going to hit the top of his drop. Boom, ball's out on this little stop route. If you're going to try to play man coverage without help over the top, you either have to get up and take these balls away and get beat deep, or you've got to play off. And with the route running and the chemistry that they have, you're just never going to be able to make it work. So the Eagles' offense was just on fire against the Titans, proving they can win throwing the ball just like they ran the ball a week ago against the Packers. Here's Jalen Hurts' passing chart. He had a time to throw of 2.76 seconds with an average depth of target of 9.7 yards. And his completion percentage over expectation was plus 8%. For what it's worth, I think this is the best game that Jalen Hurts has played as a pro. He did not run the ball hardly at all. He just sat back and he diced up a Titans secondary. Beautiful thing. The Eagles' offense is so complete, and it's going to pay dividends as you get into the playoffs against better defenses. The Eagles aren't a team that has to play to their own strengths because they're strong in every way. They can choose to target the weaknesses of the defenses, and we've seen that in back-to-back weeks in 2 very different ways.